Hey guys, it's Craig and Ryan here with the College Football Scouts.
People always ask us, Ryan, Craig, how do I go about getting a scholarship?
So what we thought we'd do is go ahead and make this video, break it all down for you. Let's go.
Number one, be realistic about your ability.
Yeah, not just your ability, but your talent and size as well. It all adds in. Nobody wants a 5'2" quarterback. It just doesn't work out that well, and there's nothing really wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with that. I was a 5'10" quarterback, but I'm not Kyler Murray, so I didn't get D1 offers, and that's okay.
Yeah, there's lots of other things you guys can do. Play football. We don't want to put anybody down or discourage anybody from pursuing their dreams, but just be realistic when you're talking about your scholarship opportunity.
Nothing wrong with going the JUCO route, D3 route, NAI route. Nothing wrong with that.
It's all college football at the end of the day. Number two is the NCAA Clearinghouse. Now, this is incredibly important. You should be signing up for the NCAA Clearinghouse as early as possible, but no later than the start of your junior season or the end of your sophomore season. The reason for that is what this is essentially you go onto the NCAA's website, and I'm going to include a link down there in the description, and you sign up with all of your personal information, your date of birth, you swear that you're legally eligible to play college football, and this tells coaches that you can get a scholarship, you're eligible for a scholarship. Without seeing your name in there, they can't even offer you a scholarship if you haven't been officially cleared by the NCAA to do it. So I recommend as early as possible, no later than the end of your sophomore year. If you have to push it for whatever reason, whether it's financials, I think it's a $75 payment to get registered. If you have to push it, no later than the start of your junior season, because you don't want to miss out on that recruiting time.
We can't emphasize this. It's the most important thing you have to do. Nothing else matters unless this is done.
Yeah, you won't even be eligible no matter everything else you do if you're not cleared by the NCAA.
And number three, your grades. You gotta have good grades. I don't care how good of an athlete you are. If you have bad grades, they're not even gonna look at you.
Yeah, that's the first thing that these college coaches are gonna ask your high school coaches. Is he even eligible to play football for me? Can he maintain a 2.0 grade point average? And piggybacking off of that, you wanna make sure you take the ACT and the SAT as soon as possible. The reason for that is you have to have certain scores to even be eligible to play college football. And what this opportunity gives you is if you take it too early, or not too early, but if you take it early enough, you'll have an opportunity to take it again later on, and they'll take the best score, or what they call a super score, which is where they take the best portion from each time that you take this test and compile it all together to give you the best score possible. And this will help you, especially if you're going to some of the smaller schools and you're not just an elite talent, top 10 athlete in the country type of player. This will help you with a lot of the smaller schools because then they know, one, it helps them academically, and two, again, they know that you can stay eligible. They don't have to worry about you being able to play every week.
Exactly.
All right, guys, number four. Multiple sports. It's imperative that you play more than one sport. I was a three-letter athlete in high school.
I was a three-letter athlete. Play as many sports as possible. Coaches love to see that you played football, you played baseball, basketball, you wrestled if you play the offensive line. Hint, hint. They love to see that you are an athlete in all the other sports because it shows that you're athletic on the field as well.
Yeah, it shows that you're multi-leveled. You can do many different things. I personally did track, football, and weightlifting. Just track, I was a shot put thrower. I didn't run. Just make that very, very clear if it's not obvious already. But yeah.
To piggyback off that, if you play one sport year round, you get burned out. And then all of a sudden that joy of that sport is gone. I don't care if you love it so much that you get tired of doing the same thing over and over and over again. You need to break that up in different sports.
Yeah, and it allows you to overall, all the way around, become a more well-rounded athlete.
Number five. Attend as many camps and combines as you possibly can. There is never too many.
Yeah, this is super important because most of these camps and most of these combines are actually ran and supervised by college coaches. And a lot of them are D2, D1AA, D3, NAIA coaches. So what this does, especially for those athletes who maybe aren't getting as much exposure, is it actually puts a name to the face and actually gets you in front of these coaches.
There's never a such thing as too much exposure.
Absolutely.
Get out there in front of these coaches as much as you can, and it also puts more film for you. You can always tape these things and put them online.
Now, I do have a caveat when it comes to combines. If you're going to go to combines, please make sure that you're actually going to perform well at that. Don't go to a combine if you're a running back and run a 5.4 40. It's not going to help you. It's going to hurt you. You need to be going there and making sure your numbers are actually competitive for the level and position that you're playing at. All right, guys, number six, we've got quality highlight film. I cannot stress this enough. I don't want to watch your blurry, grainy film. It doesn't do any good for you.
It's 2020. There's no more VHS tapes anymore. I don't want to feel like I'm watching a VHS tape.
Yeah, this cannot be stressed enough. It is super important. If you don't have a quality camera, or if your team doesn't have a quality camera, your average new iPhone or Android cell phone can usually get the video across in at least a well enough way that I can actually watch it and realize what your footwork looks like, what your hand placement is. But if you really can afford it, go get yourself a decent camera. You can pick one up at Walmart for a couple $100. We'll throw a link in the description about cameras. You guys can check it out. But we definitely need to see better film.
There's Huddle, there's Facebook, there's YouTube, Instagram, there's TikTok. There's all kinds of ways for you to get your film out there. So there's never such thing as too much exposure, like we said in the last tape. Also, if you're sending tapes to coaches, do not put audio on there. They do not care about that really cool song you have going on there. They don't care. Put mute and just put the video out there.
Yeah, 90% of the time they're going to kill the sound to it anyways because they don't want to listen to Lil Wayne or Let the Bodies Hit the Floor from Drowning Pool at all. They don't want to hear that. They just want to watch a tape and know whether you can play football.
You can do that for your personal stuff, but do not do that for coaches.
Exactly. And Ryan brought up a good point about the social media sites. Huddle. If you don't know what Huddle is, you need to go look it up. We'll put a link in the description. But Huddle is now the way that coaches and players communicate and transfer film. You need to go on there, make yourself a profile, put your film up. I can't even remember when's the last time somebody sent us a DVD or VHS tape?
I can't even think about it.
Yeah, everything's on Huddle now, so you guys need to make a profile. It's imperative. And number 7, you guys need to reach out to these college coaches. It's not enough you can just sit back, be passive, let them come to you. It doesn't work that way anymore. There's too many kids. There's thousands of players across the country who are waiting for the same thing to happen. Take the initiative, reach out to these college coaches. What I personally recommend, make a list of your top 10, top 20 schools that you would like to attend that fit for you personally, academically, and athletically. And again, going back to number 1, be realistic about it. If you're not a Division I prospect, if you're not the biggest guy on the field, not the most athletic guy on the field, don't put Florida State down as your number 1 school. It's not realistic, and that's not to discourage you or tell you can't do it, but be realistic when you're contacting these coaches.
There's nothing wrong with sending a coach an email, calling the athletic department, having your parents do something. If you go online, you can find all the coaches have their links to their email. Contact them. Squeaky wheel gets the oil. Keep sending them emails. Keep sending your film over to them. Keep at it. Do not give up on it. And the last piece of advice we have to give you is ask for help. Do not be afraid to ask for help. Swallow your pride and ask.
Yeah, it can't hurt to ask. There may be tons of people around you who have experience, contacts, things that you need. Ask former players that you've played with. Ask coaches that you know. Ask friends, family, your athletic director at your high school, other high school coaches, anybody who you can find that may be able to put you in contact with a coach. Because if you think about it, that college coach is going to be more likely to listen to somebody who they know personally as opposed to just you sending your film or seeing your stuff on Facebook. If a coach or a player that they know says this kid can ball, they're going to reach out to that kid.
And don't be afraid to ask us. We'll put our email in the description. You can contact us. We have our Facebook link in here also. Ask us for help. We'll be happy to help you.
Yeah, we've already been helping kids out all around the place, so just reach out to us. We're more than happy to do that. And that makes our list. If you guys have any other questions, like Ryan said, reach out to us. But until next time, we'll see you guys then.
Peace.